Not to earn the bread and cheese is every opportunity. Not to earn the bread and cheese is every opportunity. We act in perfect unity. We act in perfect unity. Oh, happiness, the very gift in humanitarian unity. The monarchy, the separate with equality. Equality, separate with equality.
We are much obliged to you for your expressions of satisfaction and good feeling.
We heard you.
I said we are much obliged to you for your expressions of satisfaction and good feeling.
We heard you.
We are delighted at any time to follow with sentiments so charmingly expressed.
That's all right. At the same time, there is just one little grievance we should like to ventilate. Don't be alarmed, it's not serious. It is arranged that, until it is decided which of us two is the actual king, we are to act as one person.
Exactly.
Now, although we may act as one person, we are in point of fact two persons.
No, we can't go into that. I mean, that's a legal fiction, and legal fictions is solemn things. I mean, situated as we are, I don't think we can recognise two independent responsibilities.
No, but you can recognise two independent appetites. It's all very well to say we act as one person, but when you supply us with only one ration between us, I should describe it as a legal fiction carried a little too far.
It's a rather nice point, but I can't express an opinion offhand. Suppose we reserve it for argument before the full court.
Yes, but what we're to do in the meantime?
We want our tea!
We'll issue an interim order for double rations. On the understanding that Her Majesty's give the usual undertaking to indemnify in the event of an adverse decision.
Yes, I think that will fit the case, but you'll have to work for it. Nothing like hard work. Stick to it.
Oh, certainly, we quite understand that a man who holds the magnificent position of king shall do something to justify it. We are called Your Majesty. We are allowed to buy ourselves magnificent clothes. Our subjects frequently nod to us in the streets. The sentries always return our salutes, and we enjoy the inestimable privilege of heading the subscription list to all the principal charities. In return for these advantages, the least we can do is to make ourselves useful about the palace. Rising early in the morning, we proceed to light the fire. Then Her Majesty adorning in his work a day attire, we embark without delay on the duties of the day. First we polish off some batches of political dispatches, then foreign politicians circumvent. Then if business isn't heavy, we may hold a royal levy or ratify some acts of parliament. Then we probably review the household troops with the usual shalaham and shalahoops, or receive the ceremonial of state. Interesting feast and potentate. After that we generally go and dress up private rally. It's a rather nervous duty, he's a touchy little man. Write some letters when it's ready for a private secretary. He's shaky in his spelling, so we help him if we can. Then if you are craving dinner, we go down and order dinner. Then we polish the regalia and the coronation plate. Spend an hour in titivating all our gentlemen in waiting, then we run on little errands for the ministers of state. Oh, philosophers may sing of the troubles of the king, but the duties are delightful and the privilege is great. And the privilege and pleasure that we treasure beyond measure is to run on little errands for the ministers of state. Oh, philosophers may sing of the troubles of the king, but the duties are delightful and the privilege is great. And the privilege and pleasure that we treasure beyond measure is to run our little errands for the ministers of state. After luncheon making be merry with a burning glass of sherry if we've nothing in particular to do. We may make a proclamation or receive a deputation, then we possibly create a beer or two. Then we help a fellow creature on his top with the garter of the pistol on the back. Or we dress and toddle off in semi-states to a festival, a function, or a fete. Then we go and stand at sentry at the palace by protecting marching hither up and down and to and fro. For a warrior of duty goes in search of their beauty, and it generally happens that he hasn't far to go. Here he leaves us if he's able, just in time to lay the table. Then we dine and serve the coffee, and at 1:30 with a pleasure that's emphatic, we retire to the attic with the gratifying feeling that our duty has been done. Oh, philosophers may sing of the troubles of a king, yet the pleasures there are many and the worries there are none. And the culminating pleasure that we treasure beyond measure is the gratifying feeling that our duty has been done. Oh, philosophers may sing of the troubles of a king, yet the pleasures there are many and the worries there are none. And the culminating pleasure that we treasure beyond measure is the gratifying feeling that our duty has been Yes, it really is a most delightful existence. They're all so singularly kind and considerate. You don't find them wanting to do this or wanting to do that, or saying it's my turn now. No, they let us have all the fun to ourselves, and they never seem to grudge it.
It makes one feel quite selfish. It almost seems like taking advantage of their good nature.
How nice they were about the double rations.
Most considerate. Ah, there is only one thing wanting to make us thoroughly comfortable.
And that is?
The dear little wives we left behind us 3 months ago.
Ah, yes. It is dull without female society. We can do without everything else, but we can't do without that.
And if we had that in perfection, we have everything. And there is only one recipe for perfect happiness. Take a pair of sparkling eyes in an ever and anon, in a merciful eclipse. Do not heed their mad surprise, having passed the Rubicon. Take a pair of rosy lips. Take a figure trimly planned, such as admiration wears. We conceive to love in this. Take a tender little hand, fringed with dainty fingerets. Press it, in parenthesis. Take all these, you lucky man. Take and keep them if you can, if you can. Take all these, you lucky man. Take and keep them if you can, if you can. Take a pretty little coat, quite a miniature affair, hung about with trellis fine. Furnish it upon the spot with the treasures rich and rare, I've endeavored to define. Live to love and love to live. You will ripen at your ease, growing on the sunny side. Fate has not been more to give. You're a dainty man to please. If you're not satisfied, so happy man. Act upon it if you can, if you can, if you can. Act upon it if you can. Happy man, if you can.
Gentlemen, will you allow me to offer you a magnificent banquet? Thanks very much. And ladies, what do you say to a dance?
Oh! Banquet and a dance, oh, it's too much happiness!
fancy ball?
No, there's only more little dance, that's all. Sorry you're late.
But I saw a groom dancing, and a footman,
Yes, that was the Lord High Footman.
a dear common little drummer boy.
Oh no, that was the Lord High Drummer Boy.
Oh, but surely the servants' hall is the place for this gentry.
Oh dear, no. We have appropriated the servants' quarters. It is now the royal apartment, and accessible only by tickets obtainable from the Lord Chamberlain's office.
We really must have some place that we can call our own.
I don't think I'm quite equal to the intellectual pressure of this conversation.
You see, the monarchy has been remodeled on republican principles.
What?
All departments rank equally, and everybody is at the head of his department.
I see.
I'm afraid you're annoyed.
No, I wouldn't say that. It's just not what I'd expected.
I'm really very sorry.
So am I.
By the by, can I offer you something after your voyage? A plate of macaroni and a rusk?
No, nothing.
Obliged to be careful.
Yes, gout. You see, in every court there are distinctions which must be observed.
There are there?
Yes, of course. For example, you wouldn't expect to see a Lord High Chancellor play leapfrog with his own cook.
Why not?
Why not? Because a Lord High Chancellor is a person of great dignity who should never, under any circumstances, be told to tuck in his tuppenny apart from by a man of his own rank. Now, a Lord High Archbishop might tell a Lord High Chancellor to tuck in his tuppenny, but not a cook, gentlemen. Certainly not a cook.
Not even a Lord High Cook.
My friend, that is not a rank that is recognised at the Lord Chamberlain's office. No, it won't do. I'll give you an instance in which the experiment was tried.
There lived a king, as I've been told, in the wonder-working days of old, when hearts were quite as good as gold, and 20 times as mellow. Good triumph in his face, and in his heart he found a place for all the erring human race, and every wretched fellow. When he had relished wine to drink, it made him very sad to think that some junket or a chick might be content with tawny. With he wished all men as rich as he, for he was as rich as rich could be. So to the top of every tree promoted everybody. Now that's the kind of king for me. He wished all men as rich as he. So to the top of every tree promoted everybody. Lord Chancellors of big sprats, and bishops in their shovel hats, a plentiful as tabby cats, in point of fact to many. Ambassadors cropped up like they climbed ministers, and such as they grew like asparagus in May, and dukes for 3 a penny. On every side in marshes, with small beer, one Lord Lieutenant King, with Admiralty oceans team around his wide dominions. With and party leaders you might meet in 2s and 3s on every street, maintaining with no little heat their various opinions. Now that's a sight you couldn't beat, to party leaders in the streets, maintaining with no little heat their various opinions. That king, although no one denies, his heart was of abnormal size. If he'd have acted otherwise, if he had been a cuter, the end is easily foretold. With every blessed thing you hold is made of silver or of gold. You long for simple pewter when you have nothing else to wear but cloth of gold and satins rare. For cloth of gold you cease to care. Up goes the price of surely in for sure. may be, to this conclusion you'll agree, when everyone is somebody, then no one's anybody. Now that's plain as plain can be, to this conclusion we agree, when everyone is somebody, then no one's anybody.
Now I have some important news to communicate. His Grace the Duke of Placitorium, Her Grace the Duchess, and their beautiful daughter Casilda. I say, their beautiful daughter Casilda.
We heard you.
Have arrived at Barataria and may be here at any moment.
The Duke and Duchess are nothing to us.
Ah, but the daughter, the beautiful daughter. Ah, you're a lucky dog. One.
I think you're a very incomprehensible old gentleman.
Not a bit of it. Let me explain. Many years ago, when you, whichever you are, was a baby, you, whichever you are, were married to a little girl who has grown up to be the most beautiful young lady in Spain. That beautiful young lady will be here to claim you, whichever you are, in half an hour. And I congratulate that one, whichever it is, with all my heart.
But married when a baby?
But we were married 3 months ago.
One of you, only one. The other, whichever it is an unintentional bigamist.
Well, upon my word!
And who are these young people?
Who are we? Why, our wives, of course, we've just arrived.
The wives? Oh, this is very difficult. This makes matters very complicated. Dear, oh dear, what will Her Majesty say?
And you mean to say that one of these monarchs was already married, and neither of us will be queen?
That is the idea I intended to convey.
Tessa, my dear, dear child.
Get away, perhaps it's you!
My poor, poor little woman.
Don't! Who knows whose husband you are? And pray, why didn't you tell us all about it before they left the Bennett?
Because if I had, then no earthly temptation would have succeeded in making these gentlemen leave two such extremely fascinating and utterly irresistible little ladies.
Certainly nice.
But you will not be kept long in suspense. The old lady who nursed the royal child is currently waiting for me in the torture chamber to interview her.
Poor old girl. Hadn't you better go and put her out of her suspense?
Oh, no, there's no hurry. She's all right. She's got all the illustrated papers. And in the meantime, may I emphasize the propriety of regarding yourselves as single young ladies?
Good evening.
Well, here's a pleasant state of things.
Delightful. One of us is married to 2 young ladies and nobody knows which. The other is married to 1 young lady whom nobody can identify.
And one of you is married to one of us, and well, the other is married to nobody. But which one of us is married to which one of you? What's to become of the other?
Oh, it's very simple, observe. 2 husbands have managed to acquire 3 wives. 3 wives, 2 husbands, that's 2/3 of a husband to each wife.
Oh, Mount Vesuvius! Here we are in arithmetic. My good sir, one can't marry a vulgar fraction.
You've no right to call me a vulgar
We are
fraction.
getting rather mixed. The situation is entangled. Let us try and call it out.
In a consecrated fashion, at the tranquil frame of mind, free from every kind of passion, song
luck. His father done to head is too distinctly he's done. I am fixing to walk you before the married that is clear. He's particular and stupid, still distinctly he's a shame.
That I was mating like a fool in a trice. Though our charms are overrated, still I know she's rather nice.
I to Tessa willy-nilly all at once a victim foul. She is what is called a silly, still she answers pretty well. She's a silly, still she answers pretty well.
Now when we were wanting babies, someone married us, that's clear.
Maybe if I can catch her, I'll get her a snatcher and send her away with a flea.
I imagine Lady Mary's to receive what has refused.
If someone would take her out woman to make her to shake her aristocratical shoe. If she married George, simply you and me will not tell what. If I had to do it, I'll have to do it. I'll teach her to marry the man of my heart. If she married Mr. Macron, a spinster, no matter if I can get her to like that, her mother will know her again. If I had to do it,
I to Tessa willy-nilly all at once a victim foul. She is what is called a silly. She's a silly, 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 still she answers pretty well. Quiet calm deliberation, disentangles every knot.
He will, ipso facto, boil down to a single gentleman, thus presenting a unique example of a married man who becomes a single man and a married man by the same operation.
I have known instances in which the characteristics of both conditions occur concurrently in the same individual.
Oh, he couldn't have been a Plaza Toro.
Oh, couldn't he though?
Well, whatever happens, I shall of course be a dutiful wife. But I can never love my husband.
Oh, I don't know. It's extraordinary what unprepossessing persons one can love when one puts one's mind to it.
I loved your father.
My lord, that remark is a little hard, I think. Rather cruel, perhaps. Somewhat uncalled for, I venture to believe.
It was very difficult, my dear, but I said to myself, that man is a duke, and I will love him. Several of my relations begged me that I couldn't, but I did. Desperately. On the day when I was promoted to your admirable son, I acknowledge that I dreaded an explosion of his heart. I was overcome with panic, for his temper was volcanic, and I didn't tell me what, for I figured out the fault. I was always very wary, for his fury was ecstatic, his refined vocabulary most unpleasantly emphatic. To the thunder of his heart, I not underline my heart. When intently he was viewing, I was gently unassuming. When refining me completely, I was smiling very sweetly. I was smiling very sweetly, very sweetly. That is how I tried to take the book, but here is all it was. Even here, and a gentle intimation of my full determination to see what I could do, to be my love. Twas the only means in life not to make me stand the sun, and you couldn't have required a more reciprocating couple. Never will we were merely when I merely from him parted, we were merely broken-hearted. When it seemed we reunited, we were equally delighted. We were equally delighted. So we got shut and run for policy here for the boss. I change your looks significant, but it's all it was. So we got shut and run for policy here for the boss. I change your looks illustrative. The work is light, and I may add, it's most remunerative. Small time.
titles and orders for mayors and recorders I get, and they're highly delighted.
They're highly delighted.
MPs validated, champels gazetted, and second-rate aldermen knighted.
Yes, all of them knighted.
Foundations don't laying, I find very paying. It adds a large sum to my making.
Large sum to his makings.
And charity dinners, the best of speech spinners, I get 10% of the taking.
1/10 of the takings. I present any lady who's fond of a shame, a smacking of doubtful propriety.
Doubtful propriety.
When virgins talk, I take them by the wash. I'm usually first-rate society.
First-rate society.
I recommend acres of plants if it's plain as they're fit and they're finishing touches.
They're finishing touches.
A far in addition, they pay for permission to say that they made for the Duchess.
They made for the Duchess. Those pressing prevailers, the ready-made tailors, put me as their great double barrel.
Their great double barrel.
I allowed them to do so, though Robinson Crusoe would jib at such wearing apparel.
Such wearing apparel.
I set my selection upon the direction of several companies' bubble.
Or companies' bubbles.
As soon as they're floated, I'm freely banknoted and pretty well paid for its trouble.
It's paid for its troubles. At midnight parties I play it in hearty, and I'm by no means a beginner.
She's not a beginner.
To one realization, remuneration, 5 pennies a night and my dinner.
And wine with her dinner.
I write letters blatant on medicine's blatant, and choose in the other you mustn't.
Believe me, you mustn't.
And for my complexion devises perfection for somebody's soul, which it doesn't.
It certainly doesn't. Well, ready as quickest to fell one's fittest, to fill any place of preferment.
Place of preferment. We're often in waiting that junket or fating, and sometimes a tender interment.
We enjoy an interment.
In short, we begin with a sparkling swing. You'll see it to a Duchess visit your Duchess.
Or would we contentor who cannot do better?
It's what out a Duke or a Duchess.
A duke
Or a Duchess.
Their Majesties. Your Majesty.
The Duke of Blazatol, I believe.
The same. Allow me to present.
The young lady one of us married.
Gentlemen, I am the most obedient servant of one of you. Oh, Louis.
I am now about to address myself to the gentleman whom my daughter married. The other may allow his attention to wander if he likes, for what I am about to say does not concern him. Sir, you will find in this young lady a combination of excellences, such as you would search for in vain in any young lady who had not the good fortune to be my daughter. There seems to be some little doubt as to which of you is the gentleman I am addressing, and which is the gentleman who is allowing his attentions to wander. But when that doubt is solved, I shall say, still addressing the attentive gentleman, take her, and may she make you happier than her mother has made me.
Sir?
If possible. And now there is a little matter to which I think I am entitled to take exception. I come here in state with Her Grace the Duchess and Her Majesty my daughter, and what do I find? Do I find, for instance, a guard of honor to receive me? No.
No.
The town illuminated? No.
No.
Refreshment provided? No.
No.
Oh, A royal salute fired. No.
No!
Triumphal arches erected. No.
No!
The bells set ringing.
No!
Yes. One. The visitors. And I rang it myself. It is not enough. It is not enough.
Upon my honour, I'm really very sorry, but you see, I was brought up in a gondola, and my ideas of politeness I could find to taking off my cap and my passengers tip me.
That's all very well in itself, but it is not enough.
I'll take up anything else within reason.
But a royal salute to my daughter. It costs so little.
Papa, I don't want a salute.
My dear sir, as soon as we know which of us is entitled to take that liberty, she shall have as many salutes as she likes.
And as for guards of honour and triumphal arches, you don't know our people. They wouldn't stand it.
They're very offhand with us. Very offhand indeed.
Oh, but you mustn't allow that. You must keep them in proper discipline. You must impress the court with your importance. You want deportment, a carriage.
Oh, we've got a carriage.
Manner, dignity. There must be a great deal of this sort of thing. Oh! Oh! And just a little of this sort of thing. And perhaps just a soupçon of this sort of thing. It's very useful and most effective. Just attend to me. You are a king. I am a subject. Very good. I am a courtier grave and serious, who is about to kiss your hand. Try to comply or pensive peers, with the demeanor noble lamb.
Let us ride opposing periods with the demeanor noble.
That's if anything too unbending, too unreasonably stiff and grand. Now to the arms are extreme or bending, don't be seducing them on this ending.
Now to the arms are extreme or bending, don't be seducing
Oh, how to please some men and see, at first evading to unbending. How we go to the other extreme, to confounding condescending.
Now I go out of once deadly, offer your hand with conscious pride. Take an attitude not too stately, still sufficiently dignified.
Now for an attitude not too stately, still sufficiently dignified.
Once day, twice day, once day, twice day, bowing gracefully the garden fine. A capital move, and move is nicely. That is the style of precisely.
That's the
The old birds have gone away and left the young chickens together. That's called tact.
It's very awkward. We already left the girl and know how we are situated. It's not fair to the girl.
Then why don't you go and do it?
No, I'd rather not. You.
I don't know what to say. Madam, we, that is several of us.
Gentlemen, I am bound to listen to you. But it is right to tell you that not knowing I was married in infancy, I am over head and ears in love with somebody else.
Our case exactly. We are over head and ears in love with somebody else. In point of fact, with our wives.
Your wives? Then you are married. It's not our fault. We knew nothing about it. We are sisters of misfortune. My good God, I don't blame you. Only before we go any further, we must really arrive at some satisfactory arrangement, or we shall get hopelessly complicated. Here is a case of precedented, here is a king and queen of love, and the fact is most invented,
Never was known a case so hard. I really said to have been bisected by a profound catastrophe.
oh, the lousy, unreflected, I am invisible into three.
I really said to have been bisected.
I am divisible into three. Through calamity, I am divisible into three.
Oh, really so, I'm really poor, my estate of unity, but it's the judgments are bisected, but it's divisible into three. Oh, really so, I'm really poor, my estate of unity, Now let the loyal lieges bear the crown. The prince's foster mother has been found. She will declare to still the clarion sound the rightful king. Let him forthwith be crowned.
Speak, speak,
We're all attention.
the news we see.
Won't mention.
His foster mother,
Is he the king?
or this my brother?
Speak, woman, speak. Speak, woman, speak.
The royal prince was by the king entrusted to my fond care, ere I grew old and trusted. When traitors came to steal his son reputed, my own small boy I deftly substituted. The villains fell into the trap completely. I hid the prince away, still sleeping sweetly. I called him son with pardonable slyness. His name, Louis
flitting and stop flitting, our hearts rejoice and agree, each other contradicting, to those whom we adore, we can be reunited, on one life rather sore, but on the whole, delighted.
When others claimed thy dainty hand, I waited, waited.
As prudence, so I understand. Dictator.
Patient love is very wooden.
facilities, and the Chestnuts Clinic, and all you dear ladies and gentlemen, I'd like on behalf of all Savoyards to thank you for your support. You've made a very good audience. At this stage of the proceedings, it's traditional that I just have to say a few words. So, for that I have a little list. So I'm getting into your children. Before I sort of express thanks, I thought that there's something I must tell you that has actually gone on this year. I've put a lot of thought to it, and I thought it was about time I put some pressure on the leading men. You know, it's time we have to fight for the part, so I thought I'd put a bit of pressure on. However, I sort of considered it all, and I thought, no, there's a far more important part to the production, and that's old Jacopo. So I thought, so important that without him, the production just wouldn't take place. They couldn't go off to Barataria, there'd be no show, so nobody would have a really useful part. So I decided that's what I'd go for. And I'm sure you noticed it. You know what it was doing. I won't mention last night when I shook the curtain on me, but there you go. But thanks to the mail news media and BBC Radio Humberside, who have given us some good coverage and some good media publicity. And of course, thanks to sponsors and advertisers for their support. And if anybody is interested in any sponsorship, supporting us in any way, we'd be more than welcome. The numbers are in the programme that you can ring. Any involvement would be appreciated. You know, the local amateur theatre need full support, and we raise a lot of funds for charity, and any support will help us do all that. I'd like to thank Middleton Hall for the excellent facilities they provided, and particularly Bob Windmill, who has done all the lighting for tonight and for the week. Thanks to the stage crew for their efforts. Exceptionally well this year, and again thanks to all the front of house people. We've got a lot of people involved front of house and back of stage, and it's obviously thanks to them. And I particularly want to express thanks to Zona for the thankless task that she does down there. It's absolutely excellent. You know, all these people are all part to make this a success. So all very much appreciated. I'd like to express thanks to the staff and the residents at Edderfield for the work that they've put into the stage sets for us. Thanks to the orchestra, we'll show you the green. Steve Earler, who was the MD this year, and the John Lamb, stage director, who prepared the way for this production. I would also tonight like to express some thanks to a young lady who stepped in at the last minute to assist. Tessa. I'm not 100% sure how much work she had to do. Certainly the work she had to do was done very well indeed. And I'm sure, as I said earlier on, you wouldn't have noticed anyway. But I'd just like Karen Ramsey, just to... And I think also, Jane Bradley ought to take a bow for under the circumstances that she has been faced with today. She performed very, very well tonight. Basically, nearly to finish, I've got to mention the costumes. Once again, they're absolutely excellent, and I can't emphasise the amount of work that goes into putting these costumes together and preparing them for the show. And thanks to Pamela Shallcross and Sue Sutton who helped, and to John Lamb, Or models all the costumes. But the society has to show its appreciation and express its thanks to Irene Lapp, and I have some flowers, bouquet of flowers, to present to Irene if she's wherever she is. Certainly not least at all, thanks to all the members of the cast for the work and effort they've put into this. I mean, there is an extremely hard lot of work gone into it. So, ladies and gentlemen, the whole Savoyards.